Hey everyone, I'm Nishagni Prakash and this is Nishagni Tarot, where you receive inspired insights to create an empowered life. If you'd like to get a tarot reading done from me, please visit my website. The link is in the bio. So, welcome to episode 2 of Hashtag Books and Tarot. So, last time we had reviewed the book The Five by Hallie Rubenhold, and this week we will be reviewing The Palace of Illusions by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. Now, The Palace of Illusion is based on the Indian epic of Mahabharata. Now, just to give you some background, the Mahabharata is about 5 brothers, the Pandavas, who lose their kingdom to their cousins, the Kauravas, and they are exiled into the forest. And after almost 13 years, they come back, they fight for their rightful throne, their rightful kingdom, and finally overthrow their ambitious cousins and regain their rightful place as the rulers of the land. Now, in the Mahabharata, there is a central figure by the name of Queen Draupadi. Now, the 5 Pandavas are all married to Queen Draupadi, and one of the reasons why the whole war happens is because the Kauravas dishonor Queen Draupadi in court in front of all the other men. And as an oath, Queen Draupadi says that she will not comb her hair, she will not wash her hair until she bathes her hair in the blood of the Kauravas. So it is that curse that jumpstarts the wheels of fate, and it ends up in the entire Kaurava clan being killed and the Pandavas being ruled as the rulers. Now, in traditional Mahabharata mythology, everything is narrated from a masculine perspective. The core characters in the stories, whether it's a prose, poetry, or a folk song, is always a man. Either the 5 Pandavas, or the Kauravas, or the sages, or any other male character who is deemed as one of the primary characters in the Mahabharata. It is very rare that we see a woman being given her voice to speak about the events of the Mahabharata from her perspective. And that is exactly what Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni has done through The Palace of Illusions. This is one of the first books which allows a female character in the Mahabharata to voice her opinions. No longer are the women repressed, but they are allowed to talk about the epic, to narrate the story from their perspective. So this book has been a feminist icon in Indian literature. There is a lot of amazing insight in this book because we learn about women, womanhood, the trials and tribulations, and how the female mind bears these trials and tribulations and comes out victorious. We look at the Mahabharata from a very unconventional angle, and we find out how women play such a pivotal role in the victory of kings, in the victory or the failure of the royal court. So this is one of the first books which paved the way in Indian literature to allow repressed female voices in the Indian epics to come forth and to voice their opinions. And this is one of the reasons why I absolutely love this work, and I think you will enjoy it too. Whether you have a context of the Mahabharata, for example, if you have read it, you will gain a lot more value from this book. But even if you don't know anything about the Mahabharata, if you have not read the epic, even then you will find this book a gem to read. The writing is effortless, the language is very simple to understand, and there's a lot of wisdom that you can glean from this book. I finished this book in maybe 3 to 4 days. It's that easy to read. Now, this book is available on Amazon in the form of both physical, Kindle, and Audible versions. So do pick it up. I would definitely give this book a 4.5 out of 5. The only reason I cut the 0.5 is because this book predominantly focuses on the narrative of Queen Draupadi. Now, Queen Draupadi is a very central figure, like I mentioned. It is because of what happens to her in the court of the Kauravas that the war actually jumpstarts. So we look at her feelings about her marriage, about her being dishonored, about her life in exile, and finally during the years of the war and after the war as the queen of the Pandavas. And but at this moment, we do not actually hear from the other primary females that populate the Mahabharata, such as the Queen Mother Kunti or Gandhari, and there are so many other women like that. But Chitra, Banerjee, Divakaruni does not cover those women or their narratives, but it's only of Queen Draupadi's, and that is the only reason why I have removed the 0.5 mark out of the 5 ranking. So yeah, but this is a wonderful book, and I do urge you to pick it up. Now, in terms of the tarot card that represents the Palace of Illusions, I have actually picked 2 cards. The Queen of Wands and the Emperor. Now, the reason why I have decided to do a combination pull for the Palace of Illusions is that so first of all, since this book is about Queen Draupadi, I think the Queen of Wands represents her very well. So the Queen of Wands is a courageous woman. She is very creative. She is very disciplined, and she's very determined and motivated to achieve her ideas and to manifest her ideas. She doesn't let anyone get in or stand in her way, and she works through her obstacles very methodically. And that is exactly what Queen Draupadi does. And one of the best things about the Palace of Illusions is that it shows us how women can control how the effect of fate, or how things move forward without actually appearing to be in control. That is, women don't have to wield power the same way men do. So that's exactly what Queen Draupadi does, and that's why I feel the Queen of Wands represents her very well. And the reason why I have used the Emperor is because at its core, the Palace of Illusions still falls within the realm of the Mahabharata, which is about victory, which is about understanding between the right and wrong, which is about gaining power, or about regaining your rightful throne, because that is exactly what happens. The Pandavas lose their rightful throne and they are exiled. So as the Emperor, we are looking at someone who loves to stay in power, who rather creates that power, creates those kingdoms, and creates that sense of of hierarchy. So we see all of those same traditional structures still present in the Palace of Illusions. It's just that we have the flavor of the Queen of Wands in the form of Queen Draupadi's narrative. So that's why I have chosen to represent the Palace of Illusions with the Queen of Wands and the Emperor. The deck I have used is the Everyday Tarot by Bridget Esselmont and Eleanor Crosch. So alright, this brings me to the end of this week's Books and Tarot. Please feel free to comment your opinions about this book. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, alright. Thank you so much everyone for watching this episode, and I will see you again next week with another episode of Books and Tarot. Bye.